Welcome to the Got Invention Show. I'm your host, Brian Freed, and we always have some great inventors that come on the show. They have a chance to tell their story, talk about what they want to do with their invention, and hopefully we hear some great success stories. That's the most important thing, is to do something with that idea. So whether you're licensing or you're manufacturing or you're starting your own business or service business, and that's who we have tonight is Shannon Stevens. And he's going to tell you about his great idea that he had that turned into a business. And I'm going to introduce you right now. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Hi, Brian. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So why don't you start off by telling us who you are and where you're from and what do you do for a living?
I am Shannon Stevens, and I am from Phoenix, Arizona, originally from Buffalo. And I was a 25-year licensed contractor. And as I got a little bit older, it was a little bit harder to do up and down ladders and all that. So we started an online furniture business, and that has been going pretty well. And as part of that, when we were in Las Vegas at the trade show, we came across these really nice massage chairs. And we bought one, my wife and we bought one on the spot for our own personal house. And after sitting in it every day for a month, and we also sell them, I had this idea. It came out of the blue, woke up one night. I'm always thinking of, hey, what can I do different that maybe somebody else isn't doing? So I had this idea of, why don't I put a few of these in a trailer and we can have mobile massage events, workplace wellness, different parties and things like that. So that was just last February that idea came to me.
So what made you start selling massage chairs?
Well, we were in Las Vegas at the trade show. First, let me back up a month. We were at our local home show, and where our booth was, we could see there was two booths that were very popular with people, and people were buying these things left and right. One was Murphy beds from one specific company. So we are set up with them as part of my furniture business. The other one is massage chairs, which were right across the aisle from us. People were just flocking to them, mainly because they could get off their feet from walking all day. And I'm looking at, and then people are buying them left and right. And they're getting out of these things going, oh my God, that's the best massage I've ever had. And I was skeptical. I'm like, these are the same things they have in the mall that don't really do much. So the lady who was over there called me over Saturday afternoon after I've been seeing them for 2 days. And I sat in one and it was over. I'm like, this is fantastic. So I immediately contacted the company and he said, meet us in Vegas. I think it was the next week where they were. And I told him my idea and he thought it was fantastic. And I ended up buying one for our personal home and 4 for this new fancy trailer that I put together.
Well, very interesting. So maybe we should show what this is about right now. Shannon, show us this idea that you had in your mind that night, and you woke up and you started to work on it and bought these 4 chairs to get your vision of having these 4 chairs in a trailer.
Chairlaxed comes to you. With our hands-free luxury massage chairs, you can enjoy a full-body massage in half the time. Our calming, portable massage space is air-conditioned, and we thoroughly sanitize the chairs after every use. Schedule Chairlaxed for your next baby shower, bachelorette party, birthday, workplace wellness event, or date night. You can sit down and unwind in no time. Chairlaxed, hands-free, stress-free.
Wow.
That was probably 2 months from the time I had the idea till that trailer was done, other than wrapping the outside. That took a little while to get it just right.
Congratulations. What an
Thank
accomplishment.
you.
So Chairlaxed, and a great name.
Thank you. I thought, when I first thought of this, I woke up in the morning and I thought, surely there's got to be, everybody's doing this somewhere. Because when you think of something, you're like, oh, everybody's doing it. And I looked and looked, I'm like, there's nobody doing this anywhere. There's plenty of massage therapists that are mobile, but nobody that are hands-free like we are.
Shannon, was this the first idea that you ever came? Well, I believe that everybody's always coming up with ideas all the time. The question is, what do you do with it? But is this the first invention idea that you had?
It's not. When I was a contractor, I was a painting contractor, and that's boring. Everybody does that, but I started making money at it. So okay, I'll do this. Gravitated towards garage floors. Don't have to go up ladders. There's more money in garage floor epoxies, and in Arizona, you can work every day of the year. Weather doesn't matter. But all of them took 3 to 4 days to put down, and you couldn't drive on them for another week. So, of course, my mind is always going, well, how can I do this in 1 day? And why can't people drive on it the next day? So I spent a good year having my own garage as a test kitchen using different products. And I ended up with a 3-4 coat system from 4 different manufacturers that all worked well together chemistry wise. And it turned out to be so successful. And I ended up selling that business to a friend of mine.
Wow. So I guess you call it, that is an invention, right?
It is.
You moved pretty quick. So you saw this, you saw the chairs at the show, you ended up connecting up with the vendor, you placed an order. During that time of when you placed the order till you before you got them, what did you do?
I was working on the trailer, and I was working on finding somebody like you that could help me through this process. So while I was waiting for the chairs to be delivered, I customized the trailer. I found I just didn't go to the first trailer place in town. I did my research and ended up finding one out of California. They delivered it to me. So all this time and I have a bunch of friends who are contractors, so we customized it, put the electrical in there and the AC and the woodwork and the generator and all that stuff. And in the meantime, I was trying to figure out where I was going to market this. And it was going to be during the week, workplace wellness, things like that. And like weekends, more like fun things, like people would have me there for bachelorette parties and birthday parties. And then COVID hit and the workplace wellness went away because nobody was at work. So we had to immediately pivot to, okay, this is going to be a party type thing until things get back to normal. Then we can go back to what we want to do is workplace wellness during the week with the occasional party on the weekend.
Okay. So let's kind of navigate this through where you are right now. So let's just take a step back. So you wanted to protect the name. What about thinking about protecting the concept of this, almost like the process besides just the name?
Well, I knew I needed to do something when I realized nobody else is doing this. So that's when I found you, and you and I, one afternoon, we did the whole registering the marks and the trademark and the marks and things like that. But the concept, I don't know if I can trademark anything like that. But you would know more about that than I would. It'd be nice if I could.
Tell us about the experience. So you had the name, you secured or you at least filed for the trademark to turn it into a registered mark, and you're not necessarily having a storefront. Your trailer really is your storefront. So tell us how you thought about the graphics for your trailer?
We knew that this trailer is our storefront window, and it had to be right. Even if some of the other things weren't perfect, which I think they ended up being perfect. So it took us maybe 3 to 4 weeks to come up with the right design. And we went through a couple of different designers that just couldn't get the look we were going for. I did a few test events before the trailer was wrapped, and it was just a big black trailer going down the street. Nobody knew what we did. We would park in front of somebody's house, and before it got too hot out, we had the back ramp open and the side door open, and people would walk by or ride their bike, and they knew something cool was going on in there. So we knew that we had to get the right logo and the right wording and the right graphics and the right pictures on the side. And it took us a good 3 to 4 weeks to come up with that. I had some actual clients that volunteered to be the models. We had a professional photographer come out at one of our events, and she took all of the pictures, and we chose the best ones, and off we went. Now we've got a nice rolling billboard.
Very nice. So just like somebody coming up with a product and needing a package design, your trailer was really your package design.
Right. And it didn't matter what we had on the inside if the outside was blah or not exciting. So we knew that had to be right.
So tell us about how you found a graphic designer.
For all of it, I used different people. I used the logo. My daughter-in-law for my furniture business came up with that logo. And what we did for Chairlaxed is we just modified that. Instead of the FF for Furniture Freak, we used the CL for Chairlaxed. And she ended up having a baby and didn't have time to do the logo. So I went to Fiverr and had somebody, I said, this is my furniture business. Make it look like this, but in the Chairlaxed form. And for a very nominal fee, they gave me 5 different options, and the one I picked, I think they knocked it out of the park.
Great. Fantastic. Can you show us the logo real quick one more time?
Sure.
Let's take a look at all that work that you put into the logo and the design and the name. Let's see.
Yes, I have all my videos pulled up. Hold on just a second.
So, Chairlaxed, relax.
Isn't that a great name?
It's a great name. And your logo and the design and the wrap, let's see. Chairlaxed. So it looks like you're lounging. It's very interesting. Nice job, Shannon.
Yep, thank you.
Nice job.
And okay. Of course, we always, in all of our marketing and anytime we use Chairlaxed, we always put the little trademark symbol in now.
And once you show the trademark office that you're using it in commerce, then they will review it, and your TM can turn into an R for
Correct.
revenue.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's a service also that you're providing. So it could be a service mark too.
Correct.
Okay.
And we should be hearing back within a month, 2-3 months on that. Takes a few months for the trademark office to get through all these.
All right. So here you are. You have your trademark. You have your wrap. You did some test. You were on a test site with doing some trial and error, seeing what people's responses were, and then all of a sudden, COVID hit, and you had a list of all the different places and themes and different types of party events that you wanted to do. So, what did you do first?
Well, first we stopped sending out emails to all the workplace wellness people because they were like, we don't have anyone at our office, so you can't come over. So I started marketing to event planners and even my Facebook list, my customers, we would drill down and find event planners, wedding planners, and people that look up birthday parties and bachelorette parties and neighborhood parties and HOA presidents and things like that that wouldn't mind us in their neighborhood where everybody knows each other.
So Shannon, you have 4 amazing chairs in a trailer. The name is Chairlaxed. You're attempting to get businesses and different types of events going where you can roll up to their place and people can experience the chairs for, maybe you can present the offer to us. So it's X amount of time, it costs X amount. Tell us about that.
Yep, we can do anywhere from 1 hour to 6 hours or however long the customer wants. Right now, when it's just personal events at people's homes, we're generally 1 to 2 hours. And before any coupons that I have, we're $195 for an hour or $295 for 2 hours. And you can get 8 30-minute massages in 1 hour. And these massages are, I'll say, much better than having just 2 live hands on you because your entire body is being massaged at all times. So it's like having 10 hands on you. So I did one event, there were 8 ladies. They each got 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, 4 of them came out, 4 friends came back in, and they did their 30. And when I went back in, I opened the door, they clapped, and they had no idea that it was been 30 minutes already. So for $195, 8 ladies got really nice massages.
How did you figure out what to charge? Like, did you evaluate other businesses, massage places, salons? Like, how do you know what to charge, and how did you figure out that model?
That part actually was fairly easy. I did do a lot of research on massage costs, and I figured if 4 people can get a 1 hour massage for $195, that is a lot less than if a single massage therapist would come to somebody's house. And it's also less than if you were to go to a brick and mortar massage place. So the price has been the same since the beginning. I did start by doing, well, I can do one, I'll do one, if one person wants one, I'll go there, but it turned out to be not cost effective. So now it's basically by the hour, and if they say, well, there's only 2 of us, well, it's still the same price, so they always seem to find 2 more friends to bring.
It sounds like you've been doing this for years. It really does. You sound like you have such confidence, and it seems like you, did you have any try, like, I understand with the graphics of the trailer, but it seems so easy for you so far. What kind of trials and tribulations did you have along the way?
Other than getting the graphics right, it was trying to convince people that this just wasn't a mall massage chair that just, you put a quarter in it and it shakes you around. But once they're in there, then they get out of it and they go, that is the greatest thing ever. The other thing was, if you don't know, there's heat and air conditioning in there. And we had the hottest summer on record here in Phoenix. We were always over 110. So one of the big things was I couldn't just get somewhere 15 minutes beforehand and cool that thing down. It took a lot longer. So I've learned from that how to get it cool and when to pull up to somebody's house. So these are things you learn when people get out. They go, that was awesome, but I'm a little warm, but I'm not going to die, but I was just a little warm. And other than that, the only other thing is these are, I know how to use these remotes. There's 2 different types of chairs in there. But somebody who's never been in there, they have no idea. And so I put on a pre-program program for them, but they might want to try something different. So I finally made a cheat sheet and laminated it, and I hand it to them when they get in. So when I close them in there, they can just look at the sheet and go, oh, I just want my feet done. I press this button here. I want a shiatsu massage. I can press this button. I want a zero gravity. I need to press these two buttons here. So we just started doing that, and the reviews on the past two have been fantastic. They're like, oh, I used every single thing on here.
So when did you start? When did you truly launch?
I think it was July. We did a bunch beforehand, but that was just, we would do a giveaway on Facebook to get names and emails, and then actual reviews. I would go somewhere for an hour, and 4 ladies or 2 ladies and their husbands would get in there and just give me honest feedback. So since they didn't pay, I got honest feedback. And so, some of it you take and some you don't.
So there's only so many places that you can really drive to without getting out of the area per se. So it's really like a regional business that you have going right now. So what are you doing to keep in touch with the community, and what are your plans for growing and expanding?
We were lucky enough that one of the local newspaper chains, they own a lot of different ones in different neighborhoods. They did a really nice press release, which, I answered all their questions. They wrote it, and so that helped a lot. We're doing a lot of Facebook, not spending a ton of money yet because we, don't know exactly where to put money yet. The website is great. I've got Google all set up, and that's all optimized. And none of this was a whole lot of money. And then future is we'll either expand by licensing or by franchising. We just haven't figured out that part of it yet. Hopefully we'll license it.
So when you say licensing, what you're saying is that you can actually, well, are you talking about somebody taking your brand and your logo and them setting up what they have and them just using your name and paying you, whether it's a monthly fee or royalty, some kind of service type of payment?
Correct. The big difference between franchising and licensing is control by the licensor or franchisor. And if you're a licensee, you have all the control. You'll have the trailer and the 4 chairs and the logo and the graphics, but everything else is up to you. But if I'm a franchisor, I would have all the control, and I don't want that. I want you to have all the control because you know your area better. And
it sounds like you've really done your research on licensing and kind of franchising. Have you had any experience in this?
Yes, I actually franchised the garage, the one-day system I developed. I actually was the master franchisor on that, and I actually sold 4, and they are still going.
So if you decided to do this franchise, you would have to make these trailers, put the 4 chairs in there, kind of turnkey, give them your whole solution. You probably set up merchant services so you could take credit card. You know already how the look of the wrap is and everything else. So if somebody was going to license it from you and license the name Chairlaxed, would it have to look the same? Would the trailer still have to be the same?
Just, I would imagine just the logo, and you could obviously use the one I have because I think it's great. I already spent the money and done the work. But you would, other than the logo, you would be free to do whatever you wanted.
Just think about this, how quickly between you coming up with the idea, getting your chairs, doing your whole workup, because you had that experience of knowing how to do the construction inside the trailer, getting the graphics, the wrap, getting your marketing going, some press release going, and getting into some newspapers. Wow. That's a really quick turnaround. And
well, when you think you have a really good idea, I'm the type, I will move fast because I don't want someone else to take it. So I don't want to sit and wait for things to come to me. I'll go out and make it happen. And I don't even think of failure. So hopefully it takes off. We'll see.
Well, so far so good, Shannon. So there's many inventors out there and business owners and people thinking of ideas, no matter what it is out there. So you've gone through it a couple times already in your career, in your life, and as an inventor, entrepreneur. So give us some words of wisdom, Shannon. Tell us, if we have that idea and we're not sure about it, or we're stuck at some point, give us some words of wisdom to keep us moving forward.
Or when I was researching how to do this, so many people, they just take their life savings and just find a expert that is going to help them with their idea or invention. Somebody like Brian, he works with you and he wants you to succeed. He just doesn't want to take your money. So I've been working with Brian, 3 months maybe now. So I'm not an expert on marketing. I might have an idea, but after that, I have some ideas of where to go with it, but some of them aren't that good. So get the experts that can help you.
Build a team, right? And do it as efficiently and somebody who you can connect with and really be able to help move your idea forward, no matter what it is, whether it's a business, an invention, product, whatever it is. You have that idea in your mind, you want to bring it out, you got to make it happen. So Shannon, thank you so much. Go ahead.
Thank you. I was going to say, when I was franchising my first business, I thought, I can just do this all myself. I realized, I'm in way over my head. So went with the experts.
Shannon, thank you so much.
Know what they're doing. You may have the best invention, but if you don't know where to go with it, you're in the water.
Do your research, find the right people to work on the idea with you, and make it happen, right? And you never know until you try, but make sure that you're making educated decisions and taking certain risks and investing in yourself and just making it happen, right? That's what it's all about.
Exactly. So, and don't be afraid of failure.
How do you feel right now, Shannon?
Oh, I feel good. Deep down, I know this is a good idea, and everybody who gets out of that chair goes, oh man, I'm visiting my friend from Washington or Iowa, and we don't have anything like this back there. I go, I know, maybe you should. Here's my card.
Hopefully everybody will see a Chairlaxed rolled up to, whether it's their house, their office, gyms, wherever it is. Hopefully you'll see a Chairlaxed, and this is where it happened, with Shannon Stevens on the Got Invention show and in Arizona starting now. Shannon, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate you and your real, true entrepreneurship that you have to make this idea reality. We wish you all the best and keep on inventing. Thank you so much for joining us on the Got Invention show. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.
And thanks for having me.
Take care.